Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of The Mysteries of YouTube Partnership. Dun dun dun. Anyways, today my friend Ryan got an email from RPM Network telling him that he was accepted as a partner and everything went well, and so he was asking me for some help, so I went over to his house and I helped him with the watch page icon, which should be somewhere up there. Partners get it. You get to personalize that thing up there. Also, he got the channel banner and everything, and we were working on that. We were having a little bit of trouble with it. I don't know if it was a browser issue, but after making his banner, you know, the the channel banner go down 150 pixels, it was scrolling up, and like the picture would be here, it would scroll around it, and we were having trouble with that. And we were also having trouble with the website itself not saving his settings for like 5 minutes after he would make these changes, and so I don't know what was up with that. But what I do have to report to all of you as far as the mysteries of YouTube partnership, I'll leave a link to Ryan's channel below. It's Lucky Dog 1351. Also, I want you to see his Social Blade statistics, so I'm going to leave a link to that because that's important. Okay, all of these different networks, like he just joined RPM and I'm part of TGN, they have been lowering the bar as far as entrance requirements to become part of a network and therefore get partnership. And Ryan's statistics, when I told him to apply for RPM because he could get in as a partner, they were around 500 views per day, which works out to about 15,000 over the last 30 days, which he had at the time. Okay, but right now, the day that he got partnership, his views are down to 387 views per day on average over the past month. He hasn't been as active as he was before. Also, what's interesting is this morning when he got the email saying that he was accepted as a partner, he only had 267 subscribers. So the paradigm is shifting. The picture of YouTube is changing, and it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. Really, what really matters is views, and the bar to entry for these networks is getting lower and lower because they really are all about the bottom line and making money. And as they add more staff to handle their workload, they're finding that they can lower the bar even further, and then they can make even more money. So I don't think that the bar can get much lower than it is right there. I mean, I don't know, maybe it can. But if they were to lower the bar any further, then they'd have, thousands of people applying to their networks every day. And there are still networks out there that are a bit choosy. RPM Network is kind of like a subsidiary of Maker Studios, to where it's kind of like Gibson Guitars has Epiphone as its entry level brand. RPM is the entry level company for Maker Studios, and I've never heard of someone being promoted from RPM to Maker, but it could happen, you know. That's my understanding of how that works. And RPM is the network that takes entrance from Social Blade. The button underneath the averages, when you look at your chart on Social Blade, the button that says apply for partner, that only shows up if you're looking at the statistics for a channel which would be accepted by RPM. Now, I kept on looking up some of my friends like Dax Nylander, Inventor Gorilla, Lucky Dog 1351, and I've been telling them, you know, you should do a little bit more, and then you can apply for partnership. Godless Manitoban still has yet to apply, but he actually made the mark. He had the button pop up, and I don't think he wants to join a network, as a lower tier partner. I think he wants to join a network on better terms, and select one of the choosier networks. Anyways, with Ryan becoming a partner through RPM, I'll be able to compare how I get treated with TGN versus how he gets treated with RPM, and compare CPM, as far as what we get paid, per 1,000 views. We're pretty similar in size of channel as compared to like the really large channels. So I think, especially view count wise, we'll make statistics that we'll be able to really compare. Other than that, I did have a slight problem with TGN, in that the first payment that I ever should have gotten from them got lost, and I sent in an email. This was a couple weeks ago, asking if I should have gotten a payment. Now, I became a partner with TGN in July, and it was the very end of July that I actually went through and monetized the videos that I wanted to monetize. And I had waited like a week. I just didn't have the time to go through them all. But when I finally made it through, I only had a couple days at the end of July. So I knew that this payout was going to be very small. And I was thinking that maybe they had a minimum payout. Like Google has a minimum payout of $100 from AdSense. And writing for Examiner.com, if I didn't have enough ad revenue to make $10 in a month, that payment would carry over to the next month until I made a minimum of $10. There was a minimum threshold there. So I thought, well, that's odd that I didn't get paid, because TGN advertises that they didn't have a minimum payout. So I inquired about it, and almost immediately I got somebody from customer service saying that they had put in a lost payment request, and that I would hear from them later. Well, exactly a week went by, and I just emailed back to that same customer service person and said, just dropping you a line to find out if you heard anything, because it's going to make my decision, as to whether or not I want to stay with TGN. I didn't say this in my email, but this is what I was thinking. They are just in December will be the last month that people will be able to leave without being locked into a 1-year contract, right? And so I was thinking, well, if they don't pay me, by December, if it's not all fixed, then why would I stay with them, So I got paid while I was in another state. I didn't have much access to the internet, but I did have my phone, and I saw that my payment came through, and it was for those few days at the end of July. And in the comment on the payment, which came through PayPal, they said, this is the lost payment from July. And then, still while I was out there, I got another payment for the month of August, which they say that payments are delayed between 45 and 60 days. I waited the full 60 days on the July payment because I figured, they say 45 to 60 days, don't complain until the 61st day, But this one came in almost exactly 45 days after the last day of August, I got paid for August. So they're on the ball now. Apparently, whatever was wrong has been corrected. I didn't get another message from the customer service guy that said that he'd send me a message when he knew something else. I'm guessing that the message that I was that he sent to me was, in the comments of the PayPal payment, where it just said, "This is your missing payment for July." That's all the interaction I had after that. So their CPM that I was able to achieve from August, which was a full month, I was actually able to look at how many views I got in August, and then using YouTube analytics, and then dividing my payment into that, and I came up with about a 1.4 CPM. And previously with Google, I had been getting about a 1 CPM. So it is slightly better, but my next payment, the one that will be for September, will be for a month that is twice as productive. I had twice as many views in September as in August, and I think that they might have been able to put better ads on certain videos that performed really well that I put up in September. So I might get a different CPM rate, might not. But right now it seems to be better than the CPM that I was getting from Google, and I'm happy with that. I'm also happy with just the partner features, even if they were paying the same as Google. But I have heard from some other YouTubers that have partnered channels on multiple networks that there are certain networks that have a minimum CPM of 2 or 3. Like Machinima has a minimum CPM where you're pretty much guaranteed at least a good payout, but your payout is actually capped at that. And if they made more money because they were able to get better advertisers, you're still only going to get that 2 or 3. But with TGN, your payout is basically contingent on the quality of ads that get matched with your video. And you could, through click through and just really good ad matching, come out with a much better CPM. And they're boasting somebody who got a 10 CPM. If you look at their website, that's bent on getting more YouTube users to join their network. But so far I haven't seen anything close to a 10 CPM. But again, I only have 1 month to go on, and the CPM with TGN will vary. So I hope that that gives you a little bit more insight as to the atmosphere of YouTube partnership and payouts and how to become a partner. If you have any more questions that you think I might be able to answer, leave them in the comments, and I will try to answer them in the next installment of The Mysteries of YouTube Partnership.